Hello, dear distinguished guests and industry professionals. I welcome you to the second part of conference today. So I have a fancy subject for you. AI, fueling the airline innovation. Before lunch, I think Rick kind of stole the show, but I'll try my best. So I am the head of product strategy in Hitit. And I am in this business for 32 years. In front of the row, my dear colleague sits. And our first project was moving the reservation mainframe from VSE to MBS. So you can think that I'm kind of an archaic. But now I will be speaking something very modern today. So, first, I will briefly talk about who is Hitit at a glance. So we are the second largest PSS provider in Europe and fastest in the world. There are T2RL guys around here, you can ask them. So we have one integrated solution for all the airlines, from smallest to largest. And we have a global scaling, cloud-based, modern, flexible technology architecture. So our product landscape is covering the commercial, operational, and financial needs of an airline. We call it one-stop shop. And we also have at the right-hand corner travel solutions like online travel agency, Agent Portal Plus, and a bit of merchandising. So we have 75 partners. We call our customers partners because our success is definitely based on their success. And it is diversely distributed in 49 different countries. We have an interesting mix and match of the community. We have low-cost carriers, full-service carriers, hybrid carriers, and OTAs. And since we are providing the operational products, ground handlers are also using our products. So, what are we expecting from dynamic offers? You already know that airline industry is going through a major transformation. We all talk about offers and orders, and everybody is trying to build an offer and order management system. It's a vast subject. You know, I can talk here for hours and hours, but I don't want you to bore to death. So you can envision it as offer, order, service, and settle. We are just looking at the offer part for today. And since this is an AR presentation, of course, what I have done, I asked ChatGPT, what is the benefit of dynamic offers? So it gives me these benefits right ahead. Please don't read them. I just put it that it all knows what is beneficial to airline. Also, I asked, what is the aggregator benefits? And it also listed, and it listed more. So it looks like it is more beneficial to aggregators than airlines. So today I will focus on personalization, real-time pricing and data integration, and flexibility. These are the three topics I'm going to cover. So where do we stand in OMS? You may already know IATA is driving offer and order management development, and we are in a strategic partnership group of IATA. We are taking part actively in offer and order transformation group, and they are ranking airlines and system providers about their capability. They call it ARM index, Airline Retail Maturity Index. and rate the service providers. So do you have any guess that where Hitit stands in this ARM index as a service provider? With 45 capabilities, we are number one in PSS. We are able to do shop, order, pay, set up complex itineraries, bundles, ancillaries, mixed payment instruments, etc. So how do we do it? When we start this offer and order transition project, we set up some principles. So we set it up business architecture principle and IT architecture principles. And I remember in one of the panels, it is emphasized that each airline should be in control of the product, and it should be all across channels, data-driven, AI-enabled, and it has to be agile because the standards are always changing. We have to build something that could be easily adaptable to the change. In IT architecture principle, we are focused on consumer centricity, and we record all the possible interactions, and because for AI, food is data, and we use ML tools and A/B testing to see the results. In technical part also, we need technical agility, and we want to make it loosely coupled, modular, so we can change if anything changes. And in another session, we also talked about, it's a lot of data, how we are going to handle it. It's not just a lot of data, also the traffic we're expecting, it's huge. So you have to build something that can handle this. So I will start talking about personalization, because we believe that this is something very important. You have to know your audience. Otherwise, you're lost in dynamic offers. Why it matters? Because you have a vast variety of consumer types. Business travelers, loyalty members, also leisure travelers, so it's vast. Also, if you provide them proper personalized service, it brings loyalty and customer satisfaction. And what are the challenges? The data is fragmented in different systems, and it has scalability issues if you try to collect all this information in different areas. And it is very difficult to do real-time personalization, and it directly impacts the revenue. If you have better personalized offers, you have more chance to have upsell and cross-sell opportunities. So we asked this question to our partners. What if we bring all your customer data in single source of truth, and it was real time, and we can turn this into customer magic? Of course, this is a very, very nice question, and they all said yes. So we built our CDP platform. We call it CDP. It is a real-time processing system. When we collect the data, we unify it right away, and we run advanced analytics on top of that, and we get advanced insights with this analytics, and we integrate this seamlessly to different products. So this is a sample page. If you would see your passenger in this manner, wouldn't be nice. You have a customer life value, churn score, favorite route. So you can, if you have this data, you can offer better alternative, better offers dynamically. So this is how you can benefit And I especially ticked the real-time data access. We believe that the success of dynamic offer relies in real-time data. So what are the challenges? The AI and machine learning is an endless process. You know, it's not just I do it once and it stays there. You know, you have to iterate a lot. And you have to be very careful on data privacy because GDPR, etc., you know, they're trying to constrict you what you want to do. And this will allow you to have more advanced personalization. I should have drawn this slide as a circle rather than a single line, so it goes on and on and on. So PSS to OMS transition. We know that one day, you know, all PSSs will be gone and everything will be replaced by an OMS system. So, what is our position here? All the buzzwords I translated into this slide. Like when we say customer, it is digital communication, CRM, segmentation, loyalty. And we have air products as content, non-air products, services, suppliers. And we see offer as pricing, stock, bundling, and personalization. And the consumers of the service is sellers and retailers, all the direct channels and indirect channels. And we see order, booking, payment, change management, and order integrity. Delivery, you have to fly the plane, DCS, launch, in-flight services, and financial settlement, payment clearance, accounting, and billing. So this is our landscape as our PSS product. What is available now is this part, the NDC API. We provide NDC API via our middleware to OTAs, other airlines, as the first phase. So you can see RM, ATPCO, non-flight ancillaries as external adapters to our system. Second phase, and we have done quite a bit on this, the NDC box will become offers, orders, and servicing part, and PNR tickets and EMDs will be dissolved. So there will be no PNRs, tickets, it will be offers and orders. Then the final stage would be order and offer management system in the middle, and PSS will become a mere content provider like any other content provider. So this is how we see and how we position ourselves. So I'll give you some examples what you can do with dynamic offers. So this is a sample screen with the attributes you get from RouteHappy. You can tell if a seat has an USB plug. So this is something very important for especially Gen Z, you know, without power, without accessing to their phones or internet, you know, it is not very much possible to sell a flight to them. So flight offer which content for personalized retailing is possible this way. And on top of that, bundles with up and cross sells, addition to attributes, like you have to show the possibilities that as a shopping experience, whether if you upgrade, what will be available for you. And I am very much hopeful for the work ATPCO is doing for product catalog for this purpose. So I put a few real-life examples, like you have the same flight departing 2 different times. One is in the morning, one is in the afternoon. So you offer a breakfast for the bundle, and you offer a hot meal for the afternoon flight. Another one, like if you have an adult and infant in the reservation, you can offer more to cover an infant's needs. So, you know, there are several scenarios, like you can try touch sales locations, number of people in the PNR, customer segment, demographics, you know, on and on. And this maybe you can find by yourself, but the magic relies on the last part, that what AI brings you. Any other untouched potential will come with AI. So this is my last slide. So I want to talk about it a little bit. So the bottom part, you know, we have the data lake, we have the CDP platform, and we have continuous pricing. There's a big debate whether continuous pricing will knock down revenue management. We believe that it will not knock down revenue management. It will continue, but it will not be using like EMSR or linear programming or dynamic programming. It will be something else, customer choice modeling. And ATPCO in this picture will continue to provide fares, rules, taxes, and we believe that after a while, fares, the price of the fare will be provided by the content owner. And Route API and product catalog will help us to service this, not only direct channels, the outside world. And please find a nice name, this product catalog, you know, because it's very generic. Find something like Route API, you know, nice name. And I am expecting more data supplements from ATPCO, especially competitive information, and I checked with Rick that they already provide some competitive information. So it will build up the dynamic offer. So we will provide this to our direct channels, at the same time, content aggregators and indirect channels. In this picture, there is one other part missing, some kind of digital identity. So we know in our channels how the passenger behaves, but for indirect channels, we have to know how it is behaving. So we need to have something like a digital identity. I think IATA also working on that. So as a whole, this will bring our future landscape. Thank you.